Here on the Transparent FX Academy, every day I give you my best market breakdowns, showing you how you can be looking to analyze the market both from a technical and in order flow perspective to identify the best trading opportunities in the forex market. So without further ado, let's jump straight to the charts and see which is today's forex pair. In today's video, I will be breaking down Euro AUD. Now, why do I want to speak about Euro AUD? Because at the moment we do have quite interesting price action and structure for a potential opportunity. So as usual, I will be performing a complete multi-time frame top-down analysis, starting from the higher time frames and then going down on the lower ones. And I will be also checking what we have from a commitment of traders perspective. So COT data, which is what the non-commercials in the market are doing. And by the end of the video, by using the combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for a potential setup on the pair. And as usual, I will be keeping this as educational as possible. Now, starting here from the monthly time frame, what do we have? Now here in the monthly, we have a market which has just provided a strong impulse to the downside, followed by this correction. Now, in general, after an impulse, if you want to measure the correction, you have to take your Fibonacci from the high to the low of the impulse. And if we do that, we can see how the market here has already retraced to the 0.382 of the Fibonacci taken on this monthly impulse, which is a quite strong resistance zone that we did expect this market to test before a potential rejection to the downside. So here on the monthly, everything seems quite bearish, and we do expect the market to provide a lower low, breaking below the previous monthly low that the market had printed at this level. On the monthly, everything seems quite bearish. Let's go down on the weekly time frame and see what we have. Now here in the weekly time frame, we can see that actually at the moment we are testing a historical structure level for this market, at least from a weekly perspective. In fact, we can see how this market was acting and respecting this level as support here. The market then broke it to the downside and respected it as resistance here. Again, resistance here. The market then broke above this resistance, and at that point, all this previous resistance was turned to support here and support here. We can also see how at the moment we have a market which has already started a rejection to the upside, meaning that more continuation is very possible the next week. So monthly seems bearish. However, on the weekly, it's quite clear that this market seems quite bullish. Just a quick thing, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also let me know in the comments the topic for the next video that you will like. Going down on the daily time frame, what do we have? Now here on the daily time frame, we have even more confirmations of, first of all, the strength of this level. In fact, we can see how accurate the market is in respecting this zone, and we can also see how we have an additional confluence of a support and basically indicating that the market can easily provide a rejection to the upside, which is the creation of this M pattern. In fact, when the market creates an M pattern, after the creation of an M pattern, you expect the market to provide a move to the upside to complete the pattern itself at the previous support turned resistance. So here in the daily time frame, what we expect is for this market to provide a move to the upside to complete this M pattern at this previous support turned resistance, meaning that we can expect a little bit more downside before then seeing a rejection to the upside to complete this pattern at this level. So monthly, weekly, and daily at the moment are quite clear. We expect the market to provide a little bit more downside before then seeing a rejection to the upside. Now, if we go and see what we have from a COT perspective, so commitment of traders, which is basically what hedge funds and the non-commercials in the market are doing, we can see how lately hedge funds have finally started adding once again longs on the euro. In fact, lately we can see how thousands of longs were getting closed. We can see minus 5k, minus 21k, which is quite massive, minus 2k, and now finally we start longs getting added once again. And we can expect more longs getting added, specifically if the market manages to test this support and demand once again. And if we go and see what we have on the AUD, we can see how the AUD is actually starting to get quite weak, with the net positions going from 12K to minus is 17K, with 66K longs here that got decreased to 48K longs, and shorts that got increased from 54K to 66K. So basically what happened here is that we went from having more longs than shorts from an institutional perspective to having more shorts than longs. So we have potentially a strong euro and definitely a weak AUD, which easily indicates for the market to provide a rejection to the upside. And in this case, since we have this M pattern, we can expect the M pattern to be completed. So how we will be approaching this potential longing opportunity with students? Now, as usual, we will be reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. But when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, with students, what we will be doing is monitoring price action from a 4-hour perspective and lower, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market, as we will have, to an intraday bullish market. And as soon as the market will shift from an intraday bearish to an intraday bullish market, at that point, we will be adding Euro AUD to our watch list. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point, we will be taking a nice long with a good risk to reward and good probabilities at that point for the move to the upside and for the market to complete this M pattern at the neckline, which is this previous support, turn resistance here from a daily perspective. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you smash that like and comment below. It really does support the creation of more free analysis education and updates for all of you. You can also go and check out the mentorship program. The link is in the description. It's a very complete program. First, you learn all the rules of my rule-based strategies. Then you trade the strategies with me. Every day you get the new daily market breakdown showing you how to apply the strategies with the entries, stops, and take profits. And you can also ask questions and get the answer the same day with the Q&A session. So it's a very complete program. I really suggest that you go and check it out. The link is in the description, and I will see you in my next video.